Hello, I'm Tetyana Hryshanovych from Lesya National University. I am a lecturer at the Department of Computer Science and Cybersecurity. Today I'm going to represent your research operating futures and cloud services for teachers' work. And at first, let me represent our team. So we are Lesya Bulatetska, Vitaliy Bulatetskyi, Tetyana Cheprasova, Yulia Pavlenko, and me, Tetyana Hryshanovych from Lesya National University, and Mr. Andrey Pikilnyak from Kryvyi Rih National University. Well, let me start. Increased availability of modern computer hardware and high-speed communication systems made possible a more effective study process organization to account of all interest of the modern generation of pupils and students, who are more accustomed to modern technologies if we compare with previous generations. It became especially urgent in modern conditions, associated with the objective impossibility of communication between teachers and students during quarantine activities. Nowadays, many scientific researchers are dedicated to the studying of using cloud technologies in educational process. Some of them consider that the distance education is the main application of cloud services in education in general. Customers now have a big choice of software platforms, both commercial and free. For example, most Ukrainian universities use a learning platform Moodle for blended education. But the biggest problem facing users now is learning new tools, which requires time and skills to use it effectively. This is especially the case for senior people and non-technical specialists. In the process of building the model, we used the knowledge and experience of modern operating systems. The main attention we paid to operating system Windows 10, Microsoft Office 2016 and 2019, cloud service OneDrive, and their interoperations. This model was built based on the actual teacher's needs and personal experience. After building the model and implementation, we did a pedagogical experiment. We tested the implemented model on practice with the students of Faculty of Information Technologies and Mathematics at Lesya National University. The main category of customers already is familiar with typical tools which they already use in day-to-day life: operating system, office suites, internet browsers, cloud services, emails, messages, and something else. It turns out that a minimal level of computer experience is sufficient to quickly and relatively effectively organize their workspace for distance education. Operating system Windows 10 already has the majority of components required for teachers' digital workspace. We will use this operating system as the most popular among users. It is possible to fill the cloud environment OneDrive, for example, with files using the file manager of the operating system. As the operating system contains the instruments for synchronizing such data warehouse with the local folder, the teacher can cooperate with them. File organization in cloud storage deserves additional attention. One might separate files related to assessments from reporting or documentation annotation files. It's worth creating a dedicated folder that will be used for read-only access for others and separate it from backup files. This will allow the customer to avoid unnecessary work of additional access controls. The report itself is an Excel spreadsheet which is easy to use for an average user and has large automation opportunities at the same time. These digital journals are easy to access both for students and for lecturer. At the slide you can see the digital journal which is opened at the desktop application, and the next slide represents the same journal opened in web browser. The interface cooperation with pupils and students is a very important part of the development of the distance course. The most effective, in our opinion, is web interface, the teacher website. Such website may include minimum information about a specific distance course, as all the information stored in cloud storages. And now you can see the teacher's website created using Google Sites. Here it is the same information represented as the storage as the Google Drive, and here it is at the cloud storage Mega. And the next slide shows the general functional scheme of the system. According to the scheme above, the system works in such a way. Lecturer loads the operating system and uses File Explorer to manipulate files and their contents, read and edit files in a local folder, synchronized OneDrive storage. OneDrive application must be installed in operating system. The Office suite Microsoft Office is used for editing content of file in folders. But OneDrive application is also needed for automatically synchronizing with cloud storage OneDrive. A lecturer is able to set synchronization type by changing and setting of OneDrive application. Also, it is possible to manipulate by the storage using only web browser. It is able to give access to files and folders to create hyperlinks that may be used developing the teacher's website. Also, using the web browser, as teacher fills other cloud storages, arranges this storage, creates hyperlinks, and creates access permissions. Web browser is a basic application in developing teacher's website using Google Site, and the student is able to use any web browser to get access to materials and resources placed in cloud storages and additional resources. It is possible to create a similar system based on the other operating system. Our proposed conception to build a workspace for teachers or lecturers is based on typical software and hardware components, which is already used by typical user and doesn't require specialized components designed for this purpose. If there is such a requirement, it's easy to include additional components into the system by adding corresponding hyperlinks, installation of corresponding software component, and usage of special user interface. If a lecturer has all necessary didactic materials for completing the distance course, he is able to create it and doesn't spend the time studying to use specialized software, just using possibilities of the operating system. Such a system can be used by lecturer and teacher to make their teaching activities during regular classes and for distance education. The system is scalable and easy to deploy and to implement. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.